I'm Rose, straight from the royal vine. Breaking free? Yeah, it's my time. Please like, share, comment, make it bold, and maybe you'll wake up with a crown of gold. I grew up in the kingdom of Permingran. My father was the 450th person next in line for the throne. I knew he'd never be king in his lifetime, but he kept dreaming about it, even after my mom passed away. Like the time my twin sister Blaine fussed over a tiny tear in her gown, he made her the most ridiculous promise.
Oh, my princess, don't worry. When I become king, you will have 1,000 new dresses every day.
I did the math, Father. The odds of you becoming king are 1 in 100, unless you're planning a coup. Oh, shut it, Rose. Miracles can happen. Blaine was Dad's favorite, the perfect obedient daughter. I, on the other hand, was the bad egg. The older I get, the more I grow tired of the dull life in my grand mansion. Every mealtime had to be a feast with so much thrown away after. Dad, can we stop making so much food? It's such a waste.
What's life without a little extra?
What if we shared the leftovers with people who needed them?
I'd rather toss it.
You're hopeless. Unless you were sleeping, Dad made us wear very stiff clothes all the time.
These are the latest high-neck designs from Buzz and Balana. They cost me a fortune.
More like choke the life out of you designs.
Your outfit reflects who you are, and as royals, appearances matter.
Exactly, Rose. If you step out looking like a mess, we might have to pretend we don't know you. For a long time, I felt like an alien in my own house. But then I found it. Rapping lit up my boring life like nothing else could. My room was like my own little empire. A safe, comfy space where I could lose myself in fiery rap beats. I've lost count of how many songs I've written there. At first, Dad thought it was just a passing phase. But when he realized I wanted to make a career out of it, he didn't like that one bit.
I told you, no gangster nonsense in my house. What will the other royals think?
Aw, our little princess wants to be a street star now? You don't get it. This is my passion. Rose, can't you see you're embarrassing the family? Embarrassing? I didn't do anything wrong, so why should I care what others think?
Rose, why can't you be more like your sister?
Guys, come on! I'm working on a track I'll sing in the streets. It's going to be a total banger. I regretted those words the moment they left my lips. Did you just call us guys? How foul!
A track you'll sing in the streets? That's ridiculous! From now on, you're not allowed to leave this house alone. You will be homeschooled for the rest of your high school, until you get a brain reset.
Dad's judgment was swift. No friends, no parties. He wanted me to break and quit, but I refused. I was determined to be a star, so I found a way to share my music without revealing my identity. I created a YouTube channel, and under the pretense of using the bathroom, I would go in and record myself singing with my face covered. So don't worry about me, I'm good to go. I'll face any challenge, and I'll never let go. I continued that way for 3 weeks, right under my dad's nose. Soon my subscribers were in millions. My fans even named me the Masked Queen of Rap. 580 views in 1 hour? Woohoo! What are you doing in there, Rose? Bathing, sis! Phew, it was pretty stressful having to keep it a secret, but it was totally worth it because something unexpected happened. One weekend morning, I woke up groggy and reached for my phone. Then I saw it, a message that made me jump on the bed with joy. I knew I'd get scolded for acting unroyal, but I didn't care. It was from Rox, my idol, the famous singer I've admired for so long. Is this for real? He wanted to meet and discuss a collab on one of his songs. A collab with Rox meant instant stardom. Plus, working with my crush? Bonus! But I had to figure out a way to leave this home that had become a prison. Then I got an idea. Dad wanted me to be a perfect little princess, right? I'd be the daughter of his dreams. The next day, Dad took us shopping and picked the most ridiculous hats because at 17, we were clearly too young to pick what we liked.
These hats are fit for girls of your class.
I'm sure Rose will have something snarky to say about them. Me? No way! They're perfect! We'd look like we just descended from heaven. God's royal gift to humanity.
Does that mean you like it?
Dad and Blaine were surprised by my sudden niceness, but it was all part of my plan to win back his trust and my freedom. In front of me was a mountain of fried chicken. Honestly, it made me feel sick. But with extraordinary effort, I faked excitement over this ridiculous meal. No complaints about the wastefulness today. That's suspicious. Oh, sweet sister, I just love being surrounded by all this food. What could be better? Not bad, huh? My acting actually worked. At least it annoyed my little tattletale sister. So I kept playing the good daughter, wearing heavy gowns and behaving like a proper royal. It seemed my dad had truly fallen for it. He really believed I had given up on my dream of becoming a rapper. And finally, he lifted my punishment and allowed me to return to school. Woohoo! Long live freedom! My secret plan was back in action. I chatted Rox up and arranged a meeting. When I saw him in person, I nearly melted. He was even hotter up close. Hi, Rox.
Hi, you look familiar? Rose? The daughter of Baron Ethelbert? What are you doing here?
I remembered then that he hadn't seen my face before because I always wore a mask for my songs. Well, we were supposed to meet today.
You're the queen of rap?
We talked for hours. I told him how music was my passion, but my dad saw it as a disgrace.
So you wear the mask because you're hiding from your father?
Pretty much. He wants me to be a perfect princess, not someone jumping around on stage.
But you're not just someone. You're you. People love you for it.
If he finds out, it won't just be anger. It'll be disappointment. And that's worse.
You can't live your life afraid of what someone else thinks. You've got something incredible. Maybe it's time your dad knows too.
Maybe one day, but not yet.
Then let's make some magic. And when you're ready, I'll be cheering you on.
At last, the moment arrived. I was singing with the idol I had dreamed of for so long. We recorded his song, and when it dropped, it shot straight to the top 10 on the charts and stayed there for weeks. In a few months, we recorded a few more songs together, and our fan base grew like wildfire. But when my feelings got involved, things got messy. I think I've fallen for Rox. I mean, who wouldn't? He's handsome, charming, and super sweet. And honestly, I think he feels the same way. Rox would always give me sweet compliments whenever he called and spoiled me with thoughtful gifts every week.
A beautiful bracelet for a beauty, may I?
Every word, every gesture, it made me feel like I was floating. But soon I came crashing down. That night's performance was unforgettable. The crowd roared as we took our final bow. Backstage, the energy was still buzzing. I was so overwhelmed, I did something reckless. I pulled back slightly, lift my mask, and lean in to kiss him.
What are you doing?
I thought...
Thought what? That we're a couple? We're just business partners, okay?
Rox's words hit me like 1,000 arrows straight to the heart. I was so embarrassed. I ran as fast as I could, hoping it was all just a bad dream. Rox called and texted over and over, but I couldn't bring myself to respond. Seeing his name just reminded me of the humiliation. While I was nursing a broken heart, Dad had other plans, this time for Blaine. One night after dessert, he announced that she would be getting married to Sir Bernard's son, Archie. Sir Bernard was the second to throne, and Dad highly regarded him. I couldn't hide my disappointment at my father. An arranged marriage? In this day and time?
Sir Bernard is a second to the throne. Blaine will have a higher chance of being queen if the marriage takes place.
I knew it was a power grab.
You should be congratulating Blaine for the enviable privilege. Right, Blaine?
I'm going to bed. From her face, I had a feeling that Blaine wasn't happy about being married off. I passed Blaine's room and saw her lying face down on a pillow, her eyes red and swollen. Tears won't fix anything. What do you want? Isn't it what you always wanted? Being a princess? Marrying royalty? I don't like Prince Archie. I'm in love with Dell. Dell? The bodyguard? Then tell Dad. Dad would never accept it. I'm not like you, Rose. I can't stand up to him. I didn't think I could either, but I did. In that moment of vulnerability, I shared my biggest secret with her. I've been singing behind Dad's back, wearing a mask, and people love my music. They don't care who I am. If I can break the rules for something I believe in, so can you. Let's tell him together tomorrow morning. Blaine and I didn't always see eye to eye, but I couldn't stand to see her miserable. Dad had to hear the truth, and I wasn't afraid to tell him. But when I woke up the next day, my heart nearly stopped. Dad and Blaine were in my room.
I should have known something was off. How come you've been so obedient all this time? Releasing an album, even texting strange boys, and now attending a music festival tonight?
A concert tonight? I had no idea. I hadn't read any of Rox's messages. Blaine, you snitched on me?
You thought you could fool me? Guards, clear out this disgraceful nonsense.
Something within me snapped right then. Don't you dare step a foot in here.
Oh, it's like this now? Guards, step down. I give you two options. Renounce this shameful music career and marry Prince Archie instead of Blaine. That's the only way I can keep a wild child like you in check, or I will disown you.
My worst fear had come true. Blaine betrayed me to save herself. How could I marry someone I didn't know or love? That night, the fire inside me went out. Dad told us to dress up for dinner at Sir Bernard's place, to bond with them as future in-laws. I didn't object at all. I was too busy planning what I could do. But as fate would have it, The very place that Dad intended to bind me to forever became my saving grace. We had barely entered his living room when a phone on the table started ringing and Sir Bernard rushed out to get it. His ringtone was a rap song I knew so well because...
Baron Ethelbert, welcome.
That's my song! Your ringtone! That's my song!
You're the queen of rap?
Yes!
I'm a huge fan!
I couldn't believe my ears! Sir Bernard loved rap? He was my fan? Dad was even more in shock.
Wait, you listen to rap? Isn't that beneath you? Beneath me? It's art! I may be royalty, but I'm also human. Life's too short to be stiff all the time. Would you please sign my autograph?
At that point, I remembered the concert that Rox had invited me to. Learning that Sir Bernard loved my music was all I needed for my fire to make music come back strong. I've got a concert tonight! Sir Bernard, I really respect you, but I can't go through with this engagement.
I understand. Follow your heart, Rose. What are you saying? You can't.
I can, and I am. And you better tell Dad who you really love or remain an unhappy puppet forever. Whatever plan you had to use me as the sacrificial lamb, officially smoked. Music was my life, and I wouldn't let anyone take it from me anymore. Even if it meant Dad's rejection, even if it meant singing with a man who broke my heart. Even if we couldn't be a couple, we had good chemistry as singing partners. He had no idea I would show up to the concert. Hey look! It's the Queen of Rap! When Rox saw me, his beautiful eyes seemed to shine, and I realized how much I had missed him.
I've been waiting a long, long time for you. I could wait an eternity for you.
Yo, I'll be a ride or die, your Bonnie to your Clyde. All I want to do is be right by your side. We sang with all our hearts, and when we were done, I was ready to show myself to the world.
Rose, you don't want to do this.
I have to. I'm done hiding. Everyone screamed and began to cheer as they recognized who I was. My heart felt like it would burst from all the love and support from my fans. And then, as if from a teenage fantasy movie, Rox kissed me. What was that for?
I owe you an apology. When you kissed me, I was so shocked that I hurt you. But over time, I've realized just how much I feel for you. I tried calling you, but you never replied.
So you're not running away anymore?
The only thing I want now is to kiss you even more. I'm telling you, that's my daughter in there. We're royal VIPs. We don't need tickets. I personally made sure she became the greatest singer in the world. I have coached her since childhood. Even Sir Bernard the Great plays her music. I don't care who you are. No ticket, no entrance.
Don't let your family background or society's expectations hold you back. People will always have opinions. But in the end, it's your life. Break the mold. Pursue your passions, even if they're unconventional. Your heart will take you where you want to be.
How long is this gonna take? So much for taking care of me. Lex, starting today, I'm locking your phone and laptop away. Cruel! Isn't one leg cast enough punishment? Excuse me, you don't deserve to have a say in this. If you hadn't bought our daughter that death trap motorbike in the first place, she'd still be intact. Yeah, sorry for making sure she doesn't grow up boring like her mom. Yeah, another lecture on how irresponsible I was eventually turned into a quarrel between Mom and Dad instead. They stopped only when Mom needed to leave for her business trip in Egypt. I'm done arguing with you. I have a flight to catch. I've got my eye on you, young lady. All the way from Egypt? That's kinda hard. Well, at least Dad's here, so I won't be by myself. The next morning, I woke up to see a note stuck to the fridge. Alex, I'm shooting my new movie in Spain for a few months. There's a strict no-phone policy to avoid leaks. So if it isn't urgent, don't call me. Love, Dad. Seriously? Choosing work over me? Why am I still surprised? That's when you get when you have a world-famous actor dad and an award-winning photographer mom. They're rarely home, and whenever they are, they're constantly at each other's throats. All the more reason for me to hang out with my biker gang. I love motorcycles. They're my only getaway. But that's how I messed up my leg. In my defense, I could totally nail that trick and win their stupid bet, if it wasn't for that bumpy road. However, not a single one of my homies has checked on me since then. Not even my boyfriend Blake. But what's really bumming me out is that school's out for summer, yet I can hardly move. So, bored out of my mind, I came up with a new way to entertain myself, which was playing candid camera on this whole suburbia. Thanks to my mom's camera, I had eyes on the newlyweds Cunninghams on the right, the Carpenters on the left, a few other houses, and, ooh, tiny Timmy across the street. I swear to God, I almost thought some hunky guy had just moved in. My childhood friend Tiny Timmy had officially grown into Timothy. He looked just like a muscular version of Timothy Chalamet. Then Tim suddenly sat up and we accidentally made eye contact. Awkward. Looking good, handsome. He's even cuter when he smiles. Oh, he's replying. Even better up close. That's bold, Timmy. Too bad, though. Sorry, lame. Tim looks confused at first. Then when he saw my cast, he immediately leaves the room. Huh? A broken leg is enough to scare him off? He's lame. Then the doorbell rang. Hey, that took a while. You're here? Of course, you need to have a closer look. And could use a hand. Or a leg. Yeah, come help this damsel in distress. From then on, Tim came over every day to help me out around the house. He'd been really helpful and even tried riding my motorcycle so I didn't have to sit idle for too long. Other than that bulked up body, he's still the friend I knew back in the day. We still had so much fun playing video games and watching movies together. You have to watch Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It's nuts. Actually, I thought you might be into Lady Bird. Such a heartwarming coming-of-age story. Ew, no way. Timothy Chalamet is in it. Okay, sold. But how do you know that it'd sway me? I just do. Like how I know you spy on me from time to time, which, by the way, is super creepy. Yeah, right. As if he didn't intentionally leave his blinds open while working out. Mr. Shy Guy. One day, as usual, me and Tim were hanging out, when suddenly my dear boyfriend Blake made a noisy entrance. Babe, you won't believe this. There's a racing tournament going on in the Upper West Side. You have to come. What's going on here? Sup? What do you mean, sup? Who's this little brat? Oh, this is Tim. Tim, this is Blake. Say hi. Hi. I don't care. What do you think you're doing? Watch your tongue. You've been ignoring me for weeks, and now you show up raving on about some dumb street racing contest? You don't even remember that I broke my leg, do you? But, you're mine! Blake was fuming like a bull ready for battle and about to throw hands at Tim, but he stopped his fist midair. A defeated-looking Blake fled off as soon as he got out of Tim's grip. Coward. I apologized to Tim for dragging him into this mess, and he was surprisingly cool about it. Just curious, how did Blake and you become a thing? He's the leader of the biker gang, so I thought he was cool, but honestly, I never expected our relationship to last. Just like every other couple's. Exhibit A, my parents. I see. My dad's a good example as well. Then Tim revealed that his dad left his mom for another woman last year, which really upset him. I could relate so much to his situation. Maybe being locked up at home wasn't so bad after all, since we had the chance to catch up on everything. But the following morning, when I was chilling in my room, something horrible caught my eye. Something blonde. It looked like she was returning a hoodie to Tim. What kind of friend borrows a hoodie and acts like that around each other? Let's see what he has to say for himself. Who's that blonde? What was she doing at your place today? What? Who? She might look like strawberry shortcake, but don't be fooled. Whatever love you two might think you have will soon fade. That sweetness will turn sour in no time. Tim just burst out laughing. What's so funny? What made you think so? You don't even know Annabelle. Don't believe me? See for yourself. I then showed him all of the secrets I'd uncovered in our seemingly quiet neighborhood. First off, the couple from number 9 were both having affairs. The daughter from number 11 was using her boyfriend to hide her real relationship with another girl. And last but not least, the Carpenters, who seemed like suburban couples goal, actually had a far from blissful life due to Mr. Carpenter's drinking problem. In conclusion, there's no such thing as real love. I see your point, but on the other side of the spectrum, genuine love does exist. Tim points the camera towards the Cunninghams. I'm not buying their poster couple act. Then, one day, Tim said he had to work overtime at the library to prepare for an event with, you guessed it, Annabelle only. I had to hide my anger as I watched him drive off with Blondie. With nothing else to do, I decided to watch the Cunninghams. Geez, how could they seem so lovey-dovey all the time? I wanted to take my mind off of Tim, but the more I observed them, the more I thought about him with that Barbie. That's when I saw a book that Tim borrowed for me from the library. Looks like it's time to return it. I Ubered there, but there are many people here as well. Why did Tim say that the two of them would be here alone? Tim's face turned into this scream when he saw me. Didn't think I could get this far? Hi, don't mind me. I'm just here to return this. You should have just given it to me. Oh god, no. I can see that you're busy with Annabelle, isn't it? Yeah. How do you know my name? Oh, let's see. You remind me of that creepy doll who's also an absolute nightmare. Tim then immediately dragged me away. See? He's caring for me, not you, Annie. However, the fun was interrupted right away when I saw Blake outside. Time for you to pay. Tim immediately stood between Blake and me, but to our surprise, Blake signaled for his goons hiding close by to show themselves. Clearly outnumbered, I tried to stop the situation from getting worse. Let's be civilized here. We can sort this out without violence. You're right, babe. We can settle this with a bet. Whoever can do the trick that broke Lex's leg and top it off with the Akira slide can have her fair and square. The loser has to back down. First of all, I'm not some kind of trophy. Second of all, that stunt is incredibly dangerous. Right, Tim? Sounds worth it, though. Have both of you lost your minds? Tim went first, and even though he flunked it, he managed to land without a scratch, while Blake landed on his face. Of course, that fiasco got the whole gang so embarrassed, they scrammed immediately. But I was still so annoyed. Congratulations, you won absolutely nothing. Not that I didn't care about him, I just couldn't stand his recklessness anymore. The next day, I was woken up by a doorbell. So, what are you here for? Sorry about last night, but if you stayed longer, I could have told you that I did what I did because I like you. Romantic styles. I don't even remember since when, but I do remember how sad I was when we stopped hanging out. Believe it or not, I started working out just to impress you. Whoa, what? Tim explained that nothing was going on between Annabelle and him. They were simply co-workers. And he made up that whole thing about being alone with her at the library to see my reaction. What do you say? I can make you believe in love. Tim, don't be ridiculous. Love isn't anything like the movies. It's merely a temporary chemical reaction in your brain that makes you think you're really feeling it. Come on, just give it a chance. No, look at my parents, your father, all the families in this neighborhood. If you ask me, your feelings for me right now will fade, just like mine with Blake. I'm sorry for wasting your time. I thought I was special enough for you to take a leap of faith. Now I know how wrong I was. He then left without another word. When Tim closed his blinds, honestly, I felt a sting in my chest. This is for the best, right? I can't deny the uneasiness I felt without Tim. It's not that he didn't want us to make up. I just didn't know how. Seeing how happy and smiley he was with her, my uneasy feeling only grew bigger. Is this what they call love? No. It's not real. Happy-looking families are not actually happy, and the Cunninghams are just good at faking it. What's that I'm hearing? Are they fighting? I saw the husband suddenly punch the wall with rage, then push the wife. I no longer had eyes on them, but could hear a huge commotion over there. What on earth is going on? Panicked, I called the cops right away. Wait a second, that means their happy marriage really was fake. I excitedly limped across the street to tell Tim about my discovery, then dragged him over to the Cunningham's front lawn. However, when the cops arrived, both of them answered the door perfectly fine. Turns out they already knew about my spying, and were so annoyed by it, they decided to pull a prank on me. Great, my curious neighbors have also witnessed this whole humiliating ordeal. But the worst part was seeing the disappointment on Tim's face. You have to stop being so stubborn. Not every family is like yours. I couldn't say a word, not even when the cops gave me a warning. That night, I tossed and turned as Tim's words wiggled around my mind. Suddenly, something caught my attention. It's from Tim's house. Some flashlights were moving around. I tried calling Tim, but he didn't answer. Of course, he'd be in deep sleep by now. Calling the cops was useless because of that very recent embarrassing incident. That's it. I'm doing it myself. Out there on Tim's front lawn, my heart was beating like crazy. Thieves! Thieves! The startled thieves turned around, so I blared the air horn, then shouted, Freeze! Stay where you are! Hands over your heads! But Obviously, I, a teenager with one working leg, never actually expected any criminal to stand still. They quickly got a hold of me, and right when I thought my life was over, get away from her! Tim, thank goodness! Other neighbors also came and stopped the thieves. Tim called the cops, and this time they reported to the scene ASAP. Phew, that was insane. Mrs. Jones, Tim's mom, thanked me and invited me to stay the night. It's really nice of her, even though she burst out laughing when I explained the situation with the Cunninghams. When Tim went to grab some drinks for us, she asked me why I was alone in this condition. So I spilled everything about my family. Contrary to her reaction just now, she showed me sympathy. From her experience, love didn't always have a happy ending, but it doesn't mean it's not real. Tim's dad and I had genuine feelings for each other. It's just that over time, things changed. We're open to accept this and be honest with each other. That's what real love is. I wouldn't change a thing, and I would still fall crazily in love with him, despite knowing we would eventually break up. Because that's how I got Tim, the second real love of my life. Her words hit different. Maybe I'd given love a bad name. You're right, love is not at fault, and Tim is so lucky to have a loving mom like you. Meanwhile, my parents don't just hate each other, they put it all on me too. Bet you, even tonight's incident won't make them care. I see where you're coming from, but why don't you just give it a try? Their reactions might surprise you. So I called them up, and guess what? They both sounded concerned on the phone and said they'd come home as soon as they could. See, I told you so. It's all right now. Timmy, please show Lex where she'll be sleeping. That was really brave of you. Being all heroic out there despite your whole situation. I wouldn't have risked my life if it wasn't for what? I'm all ears. For you. I'm sorry I overreacted. The thought of becoming a boring old couple who hate each other bugged me. But then I realized if we were together, we wouldn't have to be that. We could be like the Cunninghams. That doesn't sound too bad now, does it? I guess not. Next morning, I woke up to my parents' call. They actually kept their promise this time. My mom explained that she thought Dad was home to take care of me, while Dad absent-mindedly assumed Mom only left in a fit of anger and was going to return soon. So they really do care about me. They just have a terrible way of showing it. They stayed together, thinking it would be best for me. But the unending tension and bickering was eating us all up from the inside. This incident opened their eyes, so they agreed to have a peaceful divorce while still looking after me together. I'm finally free from the cast. But I actually feel even more liberated than before. Is this the power of my newfound belief in love? Is it because I've realized that love was around me all along? I'm not sure myself, but who cares? Alex and Timothy signing off.
Hi, Melanie here, and I'm hanging on the edge of my seat to hear the results of this year's science fair. I know I might not look like a typical studious girl, but I'm definitely serious about school. Ooh, 1 second. The winner of West High Science Fair 2023 is Harry Silver. That means the runner-up is Melanie D'Angelo. Congratulations to you both. Please come onto the stage for your awards. Man, I can't believe I'm second to him again. We'd been literally swapping first and second place on every leaderboard since we were kids. Ugh, so unfair. Look at him. All he did was partying and pulling silly pranks, yet he's still on the honor roll, while I had to study day and night to maintain my straight A's. Mom's taking quite long. What's that commotion over there? This calls for celebration. What do you guys think? Olive Garden? Yes! Geez, can you keep it down just a smidge? Come to think of it, people like Harry just have it all, while I only have Mom by my side. Oh, she came just in time! Dad left us for another woman a while ago, so my mom had been struggling every day being a single mom. She must be really sad and lonely, so I'd never mention Dad anymore. Poor her. The more I felt for Mom, the angrier I was at Dad. Only my bestie, Izzy, knew about this, 'cause, it's hard to open up when you're from a broken home. Luckily, there's one thing in this world that could raise my spirits, as well as my heartbeat, in these dark, gloomy days. My dreamy crush, Cameron. Last year of middle school was coming to an end, so I gotta make a move with Cameron fast. The problem was, every time I got close to him, that party pooper appeared out of nowhere to make fun of me. He kept calling me melanin, cause that's what you lack, and bothered me nonstop. We had never gotten along, but seriously? What's wrong with him lately? He picked on me way too much, and why only me? I can't believe everyone thinks he's a model student. To me, Harry's no more than the most annoying bug. All right. Hair, makeup, pearly white teeth? Check. I'm giving it another go today, waiting for Cameron at his locker with my love letter in hand. As soon as I saw his gorgeous face, I took a deep breath, then put up the sweetest smile, but all of a sudden, someone messed up my hair from behind. Ouch! I turned around to see the culprit. Harry, you look hot. And it generates electricity, too. Now you can charge your phone with your hair. Thank me later. Oh my god! Nobody should see this Medusa hairdo. My plan to confess failed again before it even started. All thanks to that clown Harry. Wait, isn't that my dad? He was walking out of the principal's office with a much younger woman and a boy my age. From what I gathered, they're saying that his son would go here. Seeing how my dad's starting a new life with his new family, I couldn't help but feel sorry for Mom. This is all that woman's fault. If she just disappeared, things could go back to the way they were. But that's merely a wish, and me and Mom just have to put up with this boring, unhappy life day by day. Voodoo for dummies? Was some higher power listening to me? This sounds like an answer to my problem. I ordered the book immediately. I started studying all kinds of spells and rituals in it as soon as the package arrived. Voodoo dolls? Interesting. The next day, I went to find Izzy ASAP. Hey, I'm thinking of using a voodoo doll on my dad's new wife to bring my parents back together. What do you think? Does it really work? I don't think. Yo, Wednesday. Sorry. Yo, knock off Wednesday. Harry Silver, you are so dead. But wait a second. You know what? We can test it out. Harry would be the perfect guinea pig. What? Him? He's just being his playful self. What if voodoo actually works? Harry doesn't deserve it. Well, I don't think so. Let's make a doll for our little preppy boy then. Crocheting a doll's easy. However, the tricky thing was getting my subject's hair, and you bet I won't get physically close to Harry even if someone pays me to. So I got this, a Ouija board. It will help me figure out the code for his locker. There must be a few strands stuck on the fancy hairbrush that he kept inside. Ugh, but none of the combos worked. This is the 10th time already. How about this? There we go. But there were only books inside. Boring. Then the soccer team's changing room it is. I will definitely find something on his uniform. Let's see. Harry Silver. There it is. Aha! Gotcha! I was about to flee the scene when I suddenly saw a boy with only a towel around his waist. Ah! I sprinted to the door and dashed straight through the hallway. That was close. Okay, I still had a voodoo doll to finish. And it's done. I excitedly show Izzy last night's work. Pretty good, huh? It has Harry's hair, too. What? How do you know it's really Harry's? What if it's somebody else's? Well, Hey, did you hear some perv with panda eyes was creeping around the boys' changing room yesterday? Go away. But don't worry. Starting today, we'll take turns guarding the entrance to catch them. Oh, what a coincidence. You fit the culprit's description perfectly, Melanin. But you're definitely not that pervy, are you? I was so mad I felt smoke coming out of my ears. I wish my gaze could kill that brat. Mel, you're squeezing the doll's arm. It's gonna come off. Whoops, my bad. Next time I saw Harry, he had bandages all over his right arm. Hang on, did I do that? Feeling guilty and curious, I approached him. Hey, what's wrong with your arm? It's been in pain since yesterday for no reason. My doctor said nothing's wrong, but I kept feeling like someone's squeezing it really hard. Ugh, there it goes again. Oh, spooky. It means the doll is truly magical. I immediately came running to tell Izzy, and of course, she was shocked too. But hold up, nosy Artie? How long has he been standing here? This guy clearly had heard everything. He kept reaching for my doll. No way. He'd tell the whole school about it. Then suddenly, Harry sat down next to me. Melanie, my arm hurts. Feed me. What's he pulling now? Can't he see I'm in the middle of something? Right at that moment, Artie snatched my doll. Leave it to me. No, Artie, no! Not with milk in his mouth. Oops, sorry, I felt so nauseous all of a sudden. That was more than enough to make all of us firm believers. But maybe I should stop. I do feel guilty for dragging Harry into this. That afternoon, when I was about to throw the doll in the trash can, I saw Cameron walk towards me. Did Christmas come early? Hey, I was wondering if you're... Yes, I've been waiting so long for this day. An occultist? What? I mean, Artie was going off about a voodoo doll of yours, so I thought you might know a thing or two about love spells. But if that's not true, I'm sorry. What do you need a love spell for? Then he revealed he wanted to put a spell on his crush, Regina. So all this time, I had no chance with him at all? But hey, a love spell sounds like a brilliant idea. It could ensure my parents' reunion too. Sure thing, but I'll need your hair as well as Regina's. Also, some of your personal items for the spell to work. Obviously, I'll use his stuff, but in a love spell for me. And you know what I gave him? It's all junk with some of my poodle's fur. Hehehehe. A few days later, I found a gift box in my locker from Cameron. My spell worked! I'm about to have a boyfriend and reunite my family. But before I could carry out that long-awaited plan, Artie came to me with a difficult request, making a voodoo doll of Brad, some transfer student who already established himself as a vicious tough guy. That sounds dangerous, and I already promised myself not to use voodoo anymore. Don't believe me? See for yourself. Then I followed him and witnessed another student being picked on by a much bigger guy. Hey, isn't he Dad's stepson? Okay, this Brad guy deserves it. So I agreed to help Artie. The next day, I approached Brad after class where he usually messed with other students. I managed to sneak up behind him and get one strand of hair. Oh no, busted! I quickly put the hair in the doll. This better work. Come on! Why isn't it working? And why now? Pesky little thing. Stop! I know those voices. Thank goodness. Touch her and you'll regret it. Yeah, we'll call the police. Brad just scoffed and left. Phew, what are you both doing here? And Harry, I thought your arm hurt. Then Harry and Izzy finally told me that voodoo had never been effective. Izzy knew that Harry only picked on me because he liked me. That's why she tried to stop me from using voodoo on him. But she couldn't, so she then told Harry everything. To be honest, I found your attempts quite amusing, so I acted like they were successful to humor you and myself. I was gonna stop though, but when you were being sweet to me and asked about my arm, I decided to keep it up. Oh my god! My bestie had been friends with my mortal enemy all along. Behind my back? Am I a joke to you? Why are you here? To make fun of me even more than you already did? Because I got worried when I heard you're going after Brad. Melanie, you're the smartest girl in school. I don't understand why you're doing all these dumb gimmicks. Yeah, you've been acting strange lately. Since when are you superstitious? What other choice do I have? Voodoo or at whatever cost? I need to get my parents back together, and that punk Brad is my dad's stepson. He deserves whatever comes to him for ruining my life. And you know what else? Both of you, get out of my sight for good! Then I stormed off. After that day, I no longer talked to Izzy, and Harry's relentless pestering finally stopped. But honestly, it felt a bit empty without them, especially with the upcoming school field trip. Of course, I'm still coming. Who needs them anyway? This is the chance for Cameron and I to be closer now that we're talking on the regs. It's gonna be the best trip ever. I've never been the outdoorsy type, but does camping involve this many physical tasks? Almost done. What on earth is that? Isn't he under my love spell already? I mean, he even gave me a present. I was still in shock when Cameron came over to help with the tent. Thank you. No need to. I can't thank you enough. That spell of yours worked wonders. What does he mean by that? Then, out of nowhere, Izzy tapped on my shoulder. I've tried to tell you. Those two have been flirting for a while now. I guess Cameron just needed your spell as a little spiritual push. That means none of these has ever worked? There's absolutely no hope of bringing my family back? Feeling devastated, I burst into tears and ran off. I was running without looking and bumped into... Brad? Melanie, right? Just who I want to see. Or should I say, my dear stepsister. Your mama sent you here. Let go of me and piss off! I wonder how pathetic she had to be to have her husband walk out on her. If this was any other time, I would have fought back. But after all that just happened, I've lost all of my will to do anything now. Out of the blue, I saw someone charge at Brad and land a brutal blow on his face. I said I'd make you regret touching her. I had to stop Harry before he messed Brad's face up beyond recognition. It's time we got out of here. Why did you come help me after everything I said? I'm kinda used to your coldness. Besides, my love language is following you around and teasing you until you notice or get mad at me. Silly. I know. On a different note, I thought you knew that voodoo was useless. Yeah, so I thought of a love spell to get my parents back together. Then my family will be whole and happy again. But I know it now. There's no such thing as magic. Why not? Magic is alive and well inside you, and it is called forgiving. It cannot punish those who hurt you and your loved ones, but it can help you let go of your pains and sufferings. What are you trying to say? I mean, no magic can make your dad come back, but someday the pain he caused you won't ache anymore. Eventually, your mom and you will heal and lead a fulfilling life without him. I never took this goofy guy for the philosophical and mature type, but I guess he's right. I'd been so caught up in my own bitterness that I didn't realize moving on was an option. When my mom picked me up, I decided to finally ask her about my dad. Unexpectedly, Mom told me that of course it was sad at first, but she's actually doing fine these days. Life's supposed to have its ups and downs. As long as we welcome them with open arms, everything will turn out all right in the end. After all, your father will have the life he wants, while we get on with our lives. Turned out I was the only one chasing the past all this time, when what I actually needed was closure. Mom's words were more than enough to put this grieving period behind me. My last year as a middle schooler was quite eventful. Brad was no longer a problem since he got a taste of Harry's fist. Did I mention that we became a trio of best friends? For now, at least. Harry never stopped his shenanigans, but instead of getting annoyed like before, I found him quite adorable and endearing. Oh, just kiss already. Izzy!